5 years ago, a chubby man walked into the studio with his brush cut haircut and horn rimmed glasses and said, "Guys, I've got this idea. It's called Do You Know What's Fucked Up? Every month we will take stories that are just too unfucking believable to even fathom, and we'll read them to each other." It has been one of our most popular shows that we have ever done. But thanks to that pudgy man's idea, a very dapper bald man came up with a better idea just last night. Why not do a relationship edition of Do You Know What's Fucked Up? So from the smart, albeit thick, creator of this show, to the dapper gentleman sitting to my right, we bring to you our favorite show that we do for you. It's called Do You Know What's Fucked Up? Tonight, it's the Loki Jabroni Show.
It's Tuesday, and we're live and in your face right now. It is a Loki and Jabroni Show. As always, my name is Loki. To the left of me,
I am the Jabroni, and the man in the box getting slimmer and better looking every day.
Because
all right, first of all,
because he cut off the cheesy
couple
fries.
things.
Cut off the cheesy fries.
Go ahead.
When I came up with this, I did not wear the glasses.
You know what? It's just a part of you. It's like it's attached. It's you.
And I didn't get fat till much later.
Okay, I just want. When did Big Squishy start?
Let's see. Where I started dating Amy, and she brought carbs back into my life.
How long you been together?
Oh my God, it's been 6 years.
And you've been working with us for almost five.
Yeah. So after
you were fat.
yeah, no, because
No, you
I
weren't
left
fat then.
Staples, and that's when I got fat.
Okay. Just saying. I'm not picking. I'm not saying you're morbidly obese. I'm not saying you go Taco Tuesday and wolf down 12 all by yourself. What I'm saying to you
I would on a taco.
is thick as in.
I would
Dad
on
bod
Taco
is the
Tuesday.
stuff.
Well, it depends on what kind it is.
Don't make me use the first one.
What's the first one?
You know what it is.
Better not be that fucking Nickelback music.
No, don't make me use the first one.
Okay, I won't make them use the. I don't even know.
Well, I think it might be like rabbits having sex or something.
It could be
Who knows?
the kind of shit he likes.
No.
Hadouken.
That's
So,
a
bef-
Cadbury bunny
Before we
having
get
sex.
into our relationship edition of the Loki and Jabroni Show, of Do You Know What's Fucked Up, we do have, as promised, our 15 at least minute. You know, it could be less, could be more. Who knows? Actually no. It's usually less. We try not to get more than 15 minutes. Because,
Right.
But your XFL preview of the week.
Yay! You know
excited.
that'd be the time for the horn, I believe. But
That
we're
would
gonna
be the
save
time
that
for one. I
for
like
the other
that.
thing.
I like that. So let's run down the games.
We'll start way at the beginning. We had the best team, one of the best teams in the league, against
Yes.
one of the worst teams in the league. This is going to sandwich this week. You had the Houston Roughnecks against the Tampa Bay Vipers. Somebody told Tampa Bay there was a football game, and they showed
up in the red zone.
Holy shit!
In the red zone,
Right? That 10-yard slant pass for that touchdown was outstanding. You would have thought it was the first time he ever saw an end zone ever in the history of ever.
And he was.
But it was great to
That
see
was the
that
first
they
time.
hung.
actually.
They played so well against the Roughnecks. Unfortunately for Tampa Bay, they
And
were
Roughnecks.
still winless. The Roughnecks came to play.
Roughnecks are probably the team now, I would say, to beat at this point. The offense, like I called it last week, that kid, the quarterback,
Flowers.
He's
For Vipers or PJ Walker for the Roughnecks?
Walker for the Roughneck. He's the real deal, people. He's going to be the MVP of. I'm calling it right now. He's the MVP of the league. He's going to be, whether they go to the Super Bowl, whatever they call it at this point, or not.
I don't even know if they have a name for that game yet.
Right, exactly. We'll figure it out when it does have a name. But what he does back there is absolute magic. I have nothing else for him, and I got to say that the Roughnecks are the team to beat.
Yeah.
They are the team to beat. Just like we called it week 2 when we saw what they had in week 1, and they followed it right up with week 2. Going into week 3 with our predictions, we knew what was going to happen going forward. So they are now 3-0, and the Vipers are 0-3.
Right, and going back to the stats here, let's go back to PJ Walker. He went 24 for 36 for 306 yards, 3 more
306 yards.
touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what he's up to 15.
Easily 1,500. This kid, we have to find a site that has all this. The XFL app on my phone does not have all that information.
They just give you the weekly.
Yeah.
Right.
But a quarterback rating of 120, he has not had a quarterback rating less than 115
No, that's right. The
this year.
kid's a real deal. He is the real deal, man. I'll tell you what.
How the NFL has not have given this guy a job before.
No, I think he was a walk-on. I think he almost had something,
He was
and
with
then
the Colts
it was right
for a while. And
yes.
then Luck said, go out and find other opportunities.
Yeah.
Quarterback jobs are few and far between in the NFL. Problem is you have teams that are holding on to quarterbacks, and I hate to say it like this, much like Minnesota, Kirk Cousins is good.
Yeah.
P.J. Walker's better.
No,
I think if you put him in an NFL system, give him a starting job, he would flourish.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The kid is, like I said, he's outstanding. He is the diamond in the rough. We said it since week 2. We have seen this kid. Week 1 he was fantastic. Week 2 he's followed up again. Once again in week 3, the Roughnecks. We can't say anything more. They're the team to beat.
Yep. Going to the second game from Saturday, Dallas Renegades, easily a fun team to watch. Finally coming out of Dallas, they played the Seattle Dragons. I think this was the game. Not only did I witness with my own eyes
Dallas actually looked good.
Yep, the first ever that I got to see. I know there've been a couple, but I've never seen one while I'm watching the double forward pass that was done by Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why I said they're fun to watch.
Oh yeah, both teams. And Seattle went up early. It looked as if it was going to be Seattle taking Dallas and knocking them down a peg. But second half, that coach gave a fantastic speech at halftime in that 10-minute halftime.
Yeah, I'd love
Dallas
to be a
came
fire
out
wall
and
for
blew the
those
doors
guys.
off.
No, they were on fire. Good team, very explosive. We'll see what they can do for the rest of the year.
24-12 was that final. If I didn't give the final in the first game, Roughnecks 34, Vipers 27.
Yeah, yep.
Wow. Went to the Loki and Jabroni XFL Bowl the next day. How embarrassing do you want to be when you're on the 2-yard line and you get 5 chances with a penalty to get in the end zone, and you still can't do it? There's something wrong.
That defense is tough, I'm telling you.
There's something wrong with the offense.
St. Louis Battlehawks do have a tough defense, and I'm wearing it's not as bright of a blue, but the nice little silver and some blue action going on here tonight. I could get me one of them jerseys, man. There are some sexy colors,
I'm thinking
man.
about
They are
getting an
sexy
XFL
colors.
jersey for our teams. We should all buy one. But if you want a stitched jersey like the one you're about to see right now, see, I hire the worst help ever. You can get a stitched jersey like this. $50.
Custom fit.
What was the price? $50 any player, custom fit. $60 if you want it personalized, like this.
But bam,
there you go. And where do you get a jersey like that, Emma?
Harry the Hammer for
Throwback prices, of course.
Throwback.
Hold
prices.
that up just a little bit more. This is the one you wanted. You picked the number. You picked the name.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's a very
and
nice
they
looking
do
jersey,
make
too.
12-year-old kid sizes. We're trying to find a distributor for younger kid sizes because I know a lot of you reached out to me and said, hey, my 7-year-old wants one. Thank you again for all your hard work.
A lot of parents want to indoctrinate their kids early.
As well they should.
Yeah.
Get them learning early.
Very good jersey.
Get them on Patriots
Very nice
Nation as
jersey.
quick as possible.
Yep, absolutely. And I would, you know what, I'm really thinking about it, calling Harry and saying, you know what, I'll drop the 80. I'll get me a Guardians jersey. Fuck it. But there's something wrong with that offense. It's got to be fixable. How to fix it. You're a football guy. You're a football coach. What would you do if Mike Smith is the head coach or even the offensive coordinator of the
There's
Guardians?
got to be more play action in there. There's the one thing I didn't see a lot of was a play action. It was either you guys were a straightforward run in an I formation, or you're sitting off into in a single back. And each time you know that, you know it's a run. You know what I'm saying? Anytime they go for a shotgun or you're sitting there back in a weak formation, you know that they're passing that thing. And especially going on the goal line, you know they were one-dimensional at that point. You know exactly what they were trying to do.
They're not the team we saw in the first week.
No.
But then again, the first week, nobody was who we thought they were. We were learning.
No, exactly. But I'm actually really surprised. I thought it was going to be a tougher, tighter game than it was. I mean, I was pretty close with my prediction of what my team was going to score, but I thought you guys were right going to be nipping on our heels. That was the big thing.
I didn't see this coming.
No, I
definitely didn't.
Yeah.
I just the other thing I got to say is now we know that St. Louis has a tougher defense than we originally thought they did in week 2.
Right.
We knew they had a good defense in week 1, but week 2 it didn't really show up. But that was against what we considered the best team in the XFL right now.
Right.
So it just goes to show that maybe this defense could be the second best defense in the XFL right now.
What I saw out of that St. Louis defense this week, and I've gotten it right so far, calling them St. Louis. I haven't called them Seattle Battlehawks once.
I know.
I'm working on this. I've been working on it all week. St. Louis Battlehawks, St. Louis Battlehawks, St. Louis Battlehawks.
And it's odd for me to pick a St. Louis
is
team.
that-
That's the other thing.
Right, is that they're not only playing well at the front of the line, putting pressure on the quarterback. McGloin looked like he was running just for his life.
Yeah.
And then when they brought in Perez and then the other guy, intermittently, they got to them too. The front of the line is great. The middle linebackers roam that field really well, but their safety and free safety, I've got to give them tons of credit. They're shutting down the long ball every single time.
Yes. Well, I like the way that they let you play the long ball, so cornerbacks can actually be cornerbacks for now. See, a free safety, you really have to watch what you're doing because it's a loft ball. So if you get your hands on somebody at that distance, that is going to be pass interference. You can't be doing that stuff. But a cornerback, within that little distance, you're allowed to get some play. You're allowed to get some stoppage. And these guys are letting them play outside of that 5, sometimes even 10-yard zone. And as long as it doesn't interfere with the catch, they're letting them do it, man.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I sent you the message. Seattle, the Dragons, almost had the first kickoff return.
Yes.
But St. Louis pulled it off.
Yes.
The
Yes,
first
we
ever
did.
kickoff
Yes, we
return
did.
for a touchdown by the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yeah.
Final 29.
To an
St. Louis
amazing,
to an
yeah,
amazing. We
9
scored 9 points in
points.
2 weeks. First week, 23. Looked unstoppable. They really did. We all said New York looks really good. All our teams look really good. Now, your teams both look really good. I'm a monkey fucking a football.
Yeah, 9 points in 2 weeks.
But speaking about things you never thought you'd see, sat down with our friend Baldini, Mark Azarju, his first ever XFL game. I said, this is going to be a blowout. DC is going to come out and they're just going to obliterate the LA Wildcats. Boy, how wrong were we all.
Well, I'll tell you what. We've both said that the Wildcats can be a scoring team. The problem is sometimes their defense leaves them flat.
And we also said I think they lack not much like the Vipers. They lack confidence in the red zone.
Right. But I don't think a lot of if I'm not mistaken, most of their touchdowns weren't red zone. They were 20 yards and out.
There were a couple. There was one, the 10-yard slant.
Okay. Yeah.
We were just talking about that last
But
night.
most of them, like I said, I think were like 20 yards and out, or like they got a bust, a breakaway play and stuff like that. So they're still.
Oh no! You are. No, I'm looking at the wrong team. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Johnson threw 3 touchdowns. I believe the long was 60.
Right.
So there was the 10-yard. No, it was the slant was the Vipers. There was the button.
That was
hook.
the first one. Yeah, the Vipers first for the first in the end zone area. No, these guys like I said, most of them were like 15 yards, 20 yards out.
Right.
They did have I think one, maybe it was 2 where they had it in the red zone, but for the most part, it was outside of that red zone. So they're still not a huge red scoring team, but their offense.
They're finding their
Their
confidence.
offense was on fire. And what I thought was probably the best defense in the XFL just didn't show up.
Well, half of Eddie's prediction came true. The second string showed up.
Yeah.
3 they gave up. The defense of the defenders gave up 3 in the air and 3 on the ground. 6 total touchdowns in that game.
I watched that second part, and I was like, because I managed it. They gave you a 50-minute free live preview on Fox.
Nice.
So I used it up, so I can only do that once.
Okay.
Not the game to do it for.
No, you'd have been better off watching the St. Louis game or the Viper. Any other
I don't know.
games.
I was going to say maybe the other one. Maybe the
Here's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. He's worried. Tight it, tight. Battle machine. He's a man.
Throw the damn down.
What can you say? I mean, they went in there. Honestly, they went in there full of themselves, and they got chopped down.
I was going to ask you that, and I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think you obviously do think was it cockiness?
Part of it.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? You saw the dude dropping the N bombs for his speech and everything.
Oh, Cardale Jones. Yeah.
There's definitely some cockiness there.
Yeah.
And
We got these ninjas.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they're thinking they're going to own the league, and you forget you actually have to
Well,
play.
they did have a really strong offense going into it, and like I said, what we thought was the strongest defense, and I still watching. I still think they are the strongest defense.
Can they pick up themselves by the bootstraps and show up next week?
We'll
Yes.
find out. We'll find out.
Yes,
So,
if they treat every game like the
so here
game
we go.
they're
Week
playing.
four. Week four predictions.
Well, I'm not looking forward to being the first
I'm doing
game
good.
this week.
I'm doing good,
You're
man.
doing good with your predictions.
Yeah.
We start Saturday, February 20th, with the 1-2 LA Wildcats going into MetLife
I
Stadium
think
to
the Wildcats
face the
was
Guardians.
the only one I might have bid on.
Yeah,
we all bid on because of
No,
this one.
we all picked the defenders.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
Yeah.
said that we all bid on because
Yeah.
so that one's a wash for me. So
Pretty much.
Yep.
Game 1 of Week 4, it is the LA Wildcats going to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Guardians. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I will let it go around the table.
So here we go. I really believe that the Wildcats was you can grab me one of those. Yep. I really believe that the Wildcats was a fluky, if you will. I don't foresee this being an every week thing for them. I don't think the Wildcats are the team that they just showed up against last week. I think the Guardians got a slap down for the last 2 weeks, and I think they're going to hear a lot about it. Their fan base has been very vocal on Twitter. Their fan base has been very vocal.
I have done my best to stay quiet.
Their people have been very vocal. So I'm going to say this is going to be a pick-up sticks game for them. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a difficult game for them. I'm going to give them 28-21. Well, no. Let's break it down. 28 Guardians, 18
For LA.
for LA.
Okay, Ed?
LA is still going to be scoring, but your defense is going to show up a little late in the game, but it's going to be there.
God willing.
I'm gonna just go with Mike's prediction. Blowout if they bring back Goldie Hawn, Wesley Snipes, and Woody Harrelson.
That's the first Wildcats reference since...
It's awesome.
You
Big
could go
league
your
started.
whole life
I
and
love
never
that.
do that.
I love that.
Thanks,
dude.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, right?
Thank you.
Much appreciated. So, all right. I guess I'm going to be the odd man out. Unless they've done something different this week in their game planning. I see LA winning. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. You're talking about a team in the Wildcats that didn't score a whole lot in the first 2 weeks. The New York scored 28 in the first game and 9 in the next 2 weeks. So there's something there. We all know something's there. I've got you, brother. Everywhere I go, I got me a bottle top opener. Never leaves my side.
Lush. Anyway,
You're welcome. So I'm going to give it to LA, but I think it's going to be close. And I think it's going to be the kind of scoring game you're talking about. I'm saying LA 24, the Guardians 22, and I think it's going to come down to that last 2 minutes. I really do.
Yeah,
Somebody's
I can
going to
see
somebody's
that.
going to come out strong in the last.
I can see that. I am putting my it's not a perfect guess, obviously, because the DC really ruined that one for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
But I've been strong. I've been strong. I'm putting my strong record on the line for you right now,
Okay.
for your team, because I do believe.
Thank you.
I believe that the coaching staff over there is going to wake up. I think
hope
something's
so.
going to go on. Over
We gotta
there.
get
But we'll
that
see.
offense
But we'll
moving.
see. All right, go ahead.
All right, game number 2. It is the Seattle Dragons going into St. Louis to face the Battlehawks. By the way, saw the home jerseys of not only I love the home jerseys of the Dragons, and I love the away jerseys for the Vipers. That bright green and bright yellow just looks sharp.
Yep.
But Dragons Battlehawks, my opinion, this is two teams that have been suspect in certain games and really great in other games. St. Louis 2-1, Dragons 1-2, but the Dragons again they're slowly deteriorating since week 1. I'm giving this one to St.
Well, we're
Louis.
home.
Yep, you're at home.
Okay.
I'm giving this one to St. Louis, and I'm saying the score is going to be Battlehawks 31, Dragons 17.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, so I got to go. Same. I agree. I don't think Seattle's got enough for this defense. I do think after last week, I think St. Louis does have the second strongest defense in the XFL. I think it's going to show up as well. We're not going to pinch a shutout, but we're only going to let them score 1 touchdown, and it's going to maybe be about 2, maybe 3 field goals. But they're only going to hit the end zone 1 time. So that's gonna be about 16 points, and yeah, we're gonna scorch them. I think Tai Mao, my man.
Oh, I just learned how to say it the other day.
No,
Damn it, I
it's,
forgot. Ta'amu.
Ta'amu. I think Ta'amu is going to be, once again, he's going to be outstanding, but I think he's going to be outstanding in the air this time. I think he's going to throw for 3 touchdowns. I think he's going to be in the air for about 280 yards, 33 points to 16.
Okay. Just be glad you don't have that guy from way back when, I would say about 2004, 2005. His first name was Chris. That was the easy part. Last name, Fu'umatu Ma'afala.
I'm excited to actually have an actual team to be excited about during a football season.
I know.
right?
This
I've never seen you this happy.
It's been a long damn time.
Yeah, I mean, like, except for the one time Vikings pulled that win out of their ass there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty happy
Went
camper
out of my-
there,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. That's
Never
a big
forget
win
that
out of
day.
the ass.
And you haven't been the same ever since.
Nope.
You lose your voice every week. And
Yep.
I only get hurt.
All right,
I get
so we
reminded
got
of it
the-
when it gets cold.
We got 2 more.
Okay, yeah, 2 more. Houston travels a short distance to Dallas. It's the Roughnecks
It's the
versus
game we've
the
been waiting
Renegades.
for.
3-0 versus 2-1. The in-state rivalry is about to hit,
Yes, it is.
and
And it's at.
it's
Dallas.
at Dallas at Globe Life Park.
Yep.
I think, and this is, I'm not picking on. This is the best football team in Dallas for the last
It is.
20 years.
Yes, I agree.
Okay,
I
I'm
agree.
not picking Cowboys. You can look at your record and all that, and you can see that this is the most fun
Houston,
football
same
fan.
thing.
Much
Yeah.
like he just said about our teams. We have something to look forward to now.
Yeah.
Although my record doesn't necessarily reflect it.
Well, it's still you're still looking forward.
Still
to
early.
It. Still having
Right.
fun, man. Come on.
Dallas is putting up really good football, the Renegades, but they're going up against a visiting team that is A, undefeated, B, has not shown a sign of weakness
Not yet.
this entire early part of
No.
the season. I think
If anything, it's their defense. Their defense allows a lot of scoring, but it's improving every week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing that works. for 'em.
the game last week against was it the Vipers? They got burned on a lot of
That's what I'm
plays that they
saying,
shouldn't have
yes.
got burned on.
Right.
You take 3 of those touchdowns away that were just oops, a lapse in coverage.
But you don't need those burns. That's
Exactly.
my point. That's
They're
a
gonna
lapse.
fix it.
Right.
They're going to fix it this week. I'm picking the Roughnecks. They're going to score, I'm going to say 35, but the Renegades are going to keep it interesting. 35-24 in favor of Houston.
I gotta piggyback that, man. I really believe, Roughnecks they're the team of the XFL. I don't think they're gonna show it besides their defense, and I don't think Houston has the offense to outshine a weak defense right now. I don't see it happening. It's gonna be a tight game. Let's do 35-30.
Okay, you like it a little bit closer.
I do. I think it's gonna be a little closer, but I think, like I said, I think that defense is gonna show, Dallas Mavericks what's up. But I think Mavericks,
Renegades, as it were.
or Renegades. I'm sorry. I think the Mavericks. That's
I would
fucked
love
up.
to see the Mavericks play.
They
them.
look like little Mavericks,
They
but they are
kinda
still
do,
kind
yeah.
of like Renegades too.
Right.
But the Renegades, they're still gonna show promise. So they're gonna give you something exciting. They're gonna make you think that this team is still gonna be good, and they are. They are, because, well, they have the name Dallas on their
It's a
chest,
stigma.
so they have to shine up for something.
They have to put up or shut
So
up.
last but certainly not least.
Yeah,
and
Eddie,
this
your
is
pick. Don't
your
go to the
team.
last
I'm
game.
going with Jabroni on this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna go with yours.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine. Now,
you've watched the game more.
I'm going to say this, and I'm coming off a really disappointing week for DC.
Mm-hmm.
They're going up against this week the only team without a win in the XFL. A
Right.
team, by the way, that probably
Very hungry.
gained a hell of a lot of confidence putting
And
up
a
27
lot of
against
respect.
Houston.
A lot of respect.
Great point. The Vipers, I put up the post on Facebook and the tweet. The Vipers actually showed up to play football today.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
looked phenomenal. But DC is coming to Tampa Bay to face the Vipers. I'm a little sketchy on this one. And I'm not picking this to be an asshole. I'm picking this because if that confidence they've gained last week carries over to this week, DC is in trouble. It will be close. It will be low scoring. I'm going with Vipers 19, DC 18. The first one to make a mistake is fucked.
I think we agreed on every freaking one of these games, dude.
Except for one. I picked LA over my Guardians.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But I'm gonna piggyback this one again. DC is still the best defense in the XFL. It still is. Mark my word. And they're gonna show up.
Okay, and sorry, give the devil their due. LA played a lot of trickery, and not in a bad way. They played a lot of those schoolyard plays.
Yes.
And it worked, and DC wasn't ready for it.
Right.
And that's not a knock on the way DC has played football for the last 3 weeks.
But
LA
you
just
have
said,
to be
we
ready
got
for
to
that
try
shit.
something
But
because
we
we don't want
have
to
to be-
suck this entire season.
Right, but here we go. These guys are also winless, so they're gonna
be hungry as
very
hell.
hungry. They threw up 27 points this week. They're gonna want to at least match that, if not top that. But they're also playing against, like I said, the top defense in the XFL. That defense is gonna show up. The question is the offense for DC gonna show up? No, it's not. It's not. It's scared. It got its teeth knocked in last week, and it has no idea what it's going to do this week. It's going to go up against a very, very explosive defense. And trust me when I say the Vipers are hungry. They're home. The crowd's going to be on their side, and they want that first win. It is going to be the Vipers. They're going to beat DC, and DC's defense is going to hold it to a very, very low-scoring game. I'm going to pretty much follow with what you got. 15-10.
Okay.
Vipers.
Wow. Well, they did get their teeth knocked in badly. It was a really bad loss, so it could go one of two ways. They could either, just have their entire ego shattered, go in there half-ass, whatever, or they can
Like I said, I
realize-
don't think your defense. I think your defense is
right.
gonna be.
But
there.
the
My
offense is going to
question-
win the game.
My question is,
Are
can
they
your
gonna-
offense score? And that's my ultimate question.
Okay. Oh, yep, he's standing behind. Oh, my Lord.
So he does.
Second time I've heard that this week.
He believes it. He
And
believes it.
Which I reply, Loki, jabroni, you ignorant sluts.
Oh.
DC blowout, 30-0.
Wow.
The defense shows up and the offense shows up. All right.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, your weekly XFL wrap-up. We want
Brought
you to be
to you-
excited about this.
Brought to you by the Loki and Jabroni Show.
I have some
Yes.
XFL tidbits if
Okay.
we got a quick
Feel free, we
second.
got time.
Absolutely.
Oh, crap. Where is it?
I don't know. You hit it.
Hang on. It was just in the news. Hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you XFL ratings.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so the XFL ratings, the viewership did drop 26%. However, that's still an improvement over the last time the XFL was launched, which went down by week 3, 67%. Attendance of the games is up.
And that's the beauty of it. More people
So,
are learning
yep.
that this is the price point is cost effective to take your family to a professional sporting event.
Right.
Yeah, according to Fox, ABC, and them, this is a normal, acceptable drop in most sports. So, still doing good. So we may yet get a season 2 of XFL if
And,
they can maintain.
No, it's
Last-
certainly looking that way too.
And we played. It was at Battlehawks Stadium.
Yeah, when Guardians and
we
St.
just
Louis
played. So
the funny thing is if you scale the NFL attendance to the XFL attendance, the seats that are available
well, I'm saying
for
that
purchase.
we still have to go to your home.
I believe so. I'll have to look that
So
up.
we might have to make a trip down to New York just
Might
to
have
come on,
to.
man. These tickets are mega cheap.
$60 for sideline,
that's
$30
not
for
gonna
the
last.
corners.
I mean,
If the attendance keeps going up, that's not going
No,
to
I
last.
disagree. I
exactly.
think they'll keep the price point friendly for one reason. You want to expand. And once it starts to explode, if it does, then the ticket prices will go up incrementally. I don't think you're going to see $500 sideline seats for the XFL. If they last 10
man,
years,
no.
I was gonna say maybe 10 years from
if
now.
they last 10 years,
It won't
yeah.
get to
10
NFL
years.
price. I'm not saying that.
God no.
Right.
But
No.
it will go up because if you get 5,000 people that show up and can't get
No,
tickets,
yeah, absolutely.
that's worse
And it's every right, and it's all the
than
time.
if they
you can
raise the
count on
price
that
a little
shit,
bit and
yes.
slow the flow of
Okay,
of
so
people
let's
buying
look at
tickets.
St. Louis. Incrementally, if you take St. Louis's stadium, when the Rams were there, they were filling maybe 75 to 80% of the house. St. Louis filled 93% of the house with the available tickets that were there to be sold, and everybody showed up. So you didn't have season ticket holders go, I'm just not going this week. You spent a whole lot of fucking money for that seat.
I mean, if they start getting packed and like no one can get tickets, I think you'll see an expansion. You'll see more teams.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see more teams, possibly more exhibition games. If Vince is smart, which I'm sure is what he wants to do, because 8 teams is pretty small.
It is.
Pretty cool.
And
make a run down to New York, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because I mean, as long as the football is good,
let's find out.
How far are we away from that? That would be a nice little trip. As a matter of fact, what is our buddy frickin'
Casada?
Casada's
He's
right
down there in Jersey.
Frickin' Andrew DeCarles is down
He's
there.
in Philly. We can get Tim Cressy, who likes to comment on the show a lot.
See, we got all these people that can just go and meet us.
I think people right now, because of how heated football's gotten the last couple of years, and it's gotten heated with some teams and the fans. I think people are like watching football.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of Minnesota fans out there that feel like we got a brand new stadium. We had a lot of shit kind of really bad happened to this Minnesota Vikings team. Let me tell you, man.
For your information, it is the first game of the Saturday games, Saturday, March 28th, Battlehawks at Guardians, 5 p.m.
28th.
I'm clicking for tickets. I just want to, again, price point, guys.
Right.
I am looking at, let's go over here, 50-yard line seats.
Yep.
Verified season ticket holder. You can get your tickets immediately. $135 right close to the field. But that's resale. That's not buying it through XFL website.
Right. That's
it creeped up a little bit already.
Go to the MetLife Stadium.
My prediction was right.
Well, when we looked up,
people are hungry. They're getting excited for some good games.
They want football that's not war.
Right.
It's a new league. They can sit there. So we picked the Defenders. You picked that, and the other thing, and you win, you lose. You're like, well, damn. Okay, it's not at the point where it's like, fuck you, the Snapdragons cheated.
I don't know why this is the way it is, but on the other side of the stadium, if I'm looking at this stadium right, this is where Angela, myself, and the kids, when they had their band competition, sat in this section, row 25, verified 40-yard line seat, $60 each.
That's beautiful, too.
You know what else I think people like, and I'm almost ashamed to say this, but I know it's true,
is
I think people are happy about no Tom Brady.
Maybe.
Yeah, but there's not gonna be any Tom Brady maybe after this season.
But still, you've had it so much, and it's been the focal point of football for so long. People get tired of it.
Fucking years.
But at some point, you also need somebody to look towards.
No, I'm not saying.
And I'm gonna tell you what. As much as people want to shit and spit on Tom Brady, he is not a bad fucking role model.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Guy.
Kobe Bryant, we brought him up, not so long ago.
He's got some questionable things, but he's
But what he was doing now, he was doing for society now, you can't beat that. And what Tom Brady is doing for society now, what he's trying to do going forward, he's trying to do the same thing. Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley started doing a little bit here and there. There's
John Cena,
Justin Timberlake. The guy is a fucking a messiah when it comes to doing things for the greater good.
Yeah.
So I mean, these people do all these great things, and that's
I think that's fine. I'm just thinking the commercial Tom Brady people are kind of tired of.
But if he's doing something good.
Right. Well, that's fine. I'm just talking in the football.
Yeah, but exactly. In the football is fine. But if he's all right, look,
trust me, I'm not shitting on the guy.
If you're gonna be Tom Brady, but say be Ben Worthlessberger, that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You can be you can be a great quarterback, but if you start doing some stupid what's his name from Seattle? Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Russell. He's like the salt of the earth. The guy can't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just absolutely fantastic. But then you have some other people like Odell Beckham Jr. who just constantly want to shit on the league. You know what I'm saying? Antonio Brown. Good fucking call. Sue. Ndamukong Suh doesn't give a fuck what team he's on. He's going to shit on somebody.
That's because people don't appreciate that some of these guys are just worthless.
Right. These are the people.
As human beings.
Morality.
But guess what they're making?
Bank.
more than a whole team
Yeah.
of the XFL combined. That one team doesn't make as much as Ndamukong Suh in one fucking season.
I think
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's
Like,
also part of the reason why people are attaching to the XFL
because these guys are playing their
they're
fucking
playing-
hearts out.
It's like college.
Exactly.
People like watching college because they're trying to get recruited.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're getting their scholarship paid so they can finish college.
Yes.
You know, they're working their ass off because that's their ticket out of
Yeah,
wherever
not only are
come
they
from.
going to classes, 8-9 hours a day, they're in the gym, they're on the field,
Right.
they're doing 2-a-days. It's crazy.
And if you're playing for
We love
UConn,
it.
there's the payola, but we won't talk about that.
So we'll hopefully be getting hold of some of our friends, and maybe we'll be doing like a live fucking video from New York.
That'd be
fucking great.
fantastic.
That'd be
They
awesome.
have an option
That'd be
on
awesome.
I just deleted the app because I'm not going to win any fucking money. But the Play XFL app,
Yeah.
where you can play from the stadium and predict what you think the next scoring drive is going to be and win yourself some money.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
All right,
badass.
well,
XFL's doing it right. They're doing it
They're
fan-friendly.
doing fun. Yeah, exactly. They're doing fun.
And
All right.
people take some time
So
watching
the
on
Nash-
TV, get those ratings up, and then you'll get another season because the TV is going to be where the big money maker is.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
the meat and the potatoes, the whole
And
fun
keep
of
the
this,
Rock the fuck away
the
from
Do
it.
You Know What's Fucked Up of this series, Relationship Edition. Now, this is where we break it down. We've had some people interject and say, "Oh yeah, we want to call in." Well, we're just waiting. Yeah, give me the information and
Yeah, let me hook the
come
gimmick
on
up here.
in and give us the call. Give us whatever you want. Give us your number. Give us your information. Like I said earlier, make it short and sweet. And in between phone call conversations, we will be filling in with fun facts and stories that we found from around the world of fucked up relationship stories, such as the 53-year-old fucking, or I'm sorry, they're 86.
I was wrong. I was mistaken when I told this story. I just pulled it up now.
Yes.
They've been together for 53,
53 years.
Married for 22.
Married for 22.
I guess
There you
I'm
go.
leading off then.
But anyways, take it away.
Oh, relationships end for a lot of reasons. Sometimes you get cheated on. Sometimes you just grow apart. Sometimes you realize people like to stick bananas in their butthole. There's a lot of reasons to get divorced. One of them should not be the story I'm about to read. Gentlemen, do you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
It's fucked up, Ray.
California-
Relationship edition.
A California woman is divorcing her husband of 22 years because he voted for Donald Trump.
It's terrible because
You heard that right.
She wanted fucking
This
obviously.
slimy cunt decides that she wants to leave her husband because he voted for Donald fucking Trump. And by the way, that's the first one of the episode. I should get a horn for that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, for those of you who hate Donald Trump because he's cheesy, they have these new things. It's called cheesy mitts, and they're little.
I've seen those.
They're little silent. Yeah, you can put them on your fingertips so you don't get the cheese or any of the other shit on there. So when you go to vote for anybody but Donald Trump, make sure you put your little fucking siloed and anti-cheesy fingertip things on. So when you go to vote. Second of all, when you turn, that's just fucking. Oh my god, man.
Let me read the story real quick.
Yes.
A California woman left her husband of 22 years and filed for divorce after finding out that he voted for and will vote for Donald Trump again.
With his cheesy.
With cheesy mitts. Retired prison guard Gail McCormick, 73, was shocked when her husband revealed to friends during a lunch recently that he had voted and will vote for the Republican candidate again. It totally undid me that he could vote for Trump, said McCormick, who added that she felt, quote, betrayed. I felt like I'd been fooling myself. It opened up areas between us I had not faced before. I realized how
That's when you grab him by that area.
There you go. I realized how far I'd gone in my life to accept things I would never have accepted when I was younger. I mean, okay.
Well, hold on. Devil's advocate. Did he lie about voting for Trump?
First of all, we've all discussed this. Who you vote for is nobody's fucking business
It's
but
not.
your own.
But if you discussed it, and this is my point. So say you have a drunken night with her, and she's like, "Come on, baby, come on. Who'd you vote for? Come on, baby. No, we can't talk about that.
That takes a lot of fucking tequila.
We can't talk about that. Come on." You do a couple more shots, and all of a sudden you start getting frisky and loud with each other, and all of a sudden he's like, "Come on, I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for that other guy. Who was the independent? Oh, you mean Johnson? Yeah, I voted for Johnson. Oh, okay.
Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
As long as long as it wasn't, Donald Trump. No, baby, you know it wasn't Donald Trump. Come on. Here you think I'm a fucking idiot?
Here comes my problem with the whole
And then
thing.
it turns around, and they're sitting at work one day.
At lunch with their friends.
And all of a sudden, he's like, fuck that. I voted for Donald Trump, and I'm going to vote for that motherfucker again. So now she's sitting here like, wait a minute, I thought you voted for Johnson.
Yes, I hope they died. I hope they burn in hell.
You lying motherfucker. I thought you fucking said you fucking voted for Johnson.
Let me read
but
the rest of
this. Voted for Trump.
Let me read the rest of this, because a 73-year-old woman who describes herself as what she's about to describe herself as should be dropped from a helicopter screaming into a vat of boiling acid while her family watches in horror. McCormick describes herself as a Democrat leaning towards socialism and is now separated from her conservative husband. Okay, socialism is the next step before communism. Knock it off. Socialism sucks. Eat shit and die.
Socialism. I'm gonna grab about 5,000 bullets, and I'm gonna go around and individually end every single. What is it? At this point, it's got to be minimum wage making person, because we got to thin out the lower herds to make the money come back for the ones that are above middle class but not yet rich.
Well, jackasses like Bernie Sanders.
You mean the way Stalin improved literacy? By
Exactly.
Exactly.
Killing the people who couldn't read?
Right. Yeah. Well, no, now we're going to kill the middle class, so that way we can keep the richer, but then the people like me who are above middle class but not yet rich, but here.
I was going to say, do you know why the middle class is shrinking? This is the part they don't tell you. Because they're moving further into the upper class.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
And that's just been the case for like the last 15 years.
One thing I like
and they keep telling, but the problem is they keep telling us, we're here when we're actually here.
There's always going to be a here.
There's always going to be a class
Remember when I
gap.
told
You're
you
right.
a million times when I was like, I was 18 years old, and I told myself, if I was making $25 fucking an hour, I'm fucking living the dream. Well, here I am, and I'm not fucking living the goddamn dream, dude.
It's somebody else's dream, but you're living it.
I'm fucking in Connecticut. But no, that's
because the more you make here, the more they take from you.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Right. And
how does it feel?
The one thing
I want
to point out.
Fuck you.
All these people who
hit you in a bottle.
All those people who say that America should be a socialist society. I want to remind you of one of. I'm going to put this in Mike's quotations. One of my favorite socialists of all time started out telling the people how awesome it was, yada, yada, yada. Then he disarmed his people.
Yeah.
Then he started jailing people who disagreed with him.
Yep.
Then he brought the world to war.
Yep.
He created mass genocide, killing 6 million people who were not part of who were against his racial cleansing. So y'all keep thinking this Hitler-esque bullshit and calling our current president Hitler because you're uneducated, unwashed fucking morons. Socialism is not for this. I know people that I've known since Mohegan Sun who came over to this country.
Socialism and alive, and it looks like Bernie Sanders.
There you go. Who fled a socialist society because they were oppressed. They came to the waiting arms of America, did it the right way, of course. They didn't sneak over the border in the middle of the night down in San Antone. And they now reap the reward of freedom. If you think for 1 minute that socialism is okay, I'm going to bring to you now live what I brought to you earlier on video, piggybacking his video. It's the walk challenge. See this gap in between Mike and I? We will put a seat here. We will put a microphone here. And you will have 20 minutes.
Or you can just call.
Or you could call in if you want to do that. But
that works too.
If you choose to come here, if you're in southeastern Connecticut, you want to come here, we will shake your hand on the way in.
If you're a socialist and you're going to come
out.
here and sit at my table, you need to bring your own microphone because we want to share yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
Good job.
And your own USB plug.
Yep. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
Actually, I think I summed it up best when I shared that meme today with Jesus with the gun going door to door to collect taxes for the helpless.
Yeah. Socialism doesn't work. You're all fucking retarded.
All right, so back to the relationships.
Okay, dumb question just around the table to cap this story off.
Yeah.
We've all had relationships. Does it matter to you that much?
If they lied, yes.
No, not if they lied.
Yes.
If they... Who I voted for is none of anybody's fucking concern.
But like I said, devil's advocate, we don't know the story behind it. Maybe he did say to her, I voted for Johnson.
Or I voted for Hillary.
Or I voted for Hillary, yeah, just to get that blowjob that night.
Maybe.
We don't know.
I think this is a bullshit story written by a leftist to like.
It probably is.
Spark
it absolutely is. You're probably right, but it's fun. It's fun to discuss.
It is. I mean,
it's fun to discuss because if it is true, then there's got to be something more than just. I just found out
people
about it.
freaking out about MAGA hats.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I think MAGA hats are stupid because, me, I think worshiping politicians is stupid.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised to see me even wear any candidate I'm voting for a shirt or anything like that just because these people.
Bumper sticker, maybe, but I'm not wearing a shirt and a hat and waving a fucking banner.
No, that's even a maybe.
Even though Feel the Johnson was a great slogan.
Right. But, hey, in 96, I did campaigning for the Clinton Gore re-election
if you're working
campaign.
for the campaign is one thing.
I wore the T-shirt, but that's it. They're like, oh, here's a hat and a banner, and it all went in a box. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But out of that Groton office near Ron's Guitars, every 3 days a week, I was down there. I working the phones, Clinton Gore campaign.
Because I think that's part of the problem is people worship these politicians, and it's like, come on,
Exactly.
they don't fucking care about you.
All right, let me get the question out real quick. Does a partner, if you're in a relationship, does their political leanings matter to you?
To a point.
To me,
to a point. Okay, good.
I would have to say no, as long as you're not bringing it to the house. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a Democrat and you truly believe in your democratic ways, and I'm a Republican and I truly believe in my Republican ways, I do believe that you can live in a house unifiably with no issues as long as you don't discuss your political views during.
But how easy is that to do, really?
Not too hard.
A Yankees Red Sox couple can do it. Yep. A Vikings Green Bay couple can do it.
Ohio State and Michigan.
Why can't a Republican Democratic couple do it?
I will say because when it comes to politics and politicians and in general, you are talking about altering society.
Oh, I don't think NFL is much more different than that, my friend.
If you're passionate.
Well, culturally.
If you're passionate.
I think we are really. I think the reason why XFL is doing as well as it is right now is because of that.
I got two rules in my life, okay? And I'll get back to your point in just a second. I will never, ever date a Satanist, and I will never, ever date a Saints fan. And he's right.
I don't know. If she can suck the life out of me for my cock, I'll date a Satanist.
Sparks fly out of her ass and a beer comes out of her titties. You root for the Saints, go fuck yourself.
Well, Saints, okay, yeah, I agree. I was going with the Satanist, but
it makes Sunday real fucking awkward.
I'm just saying, I don't go to church on Sunday anyways. So what the fuck? I'm usually playing Madden. So it's like, what? Is she gonna be over there fucking grilling up a fucking squirrel? I'll be like, all right, cool, baby. Just make sure the blood don't get on the kitchen, and if it does, make sure you at least wipe it up.
The music's better at her church anyway.
At the end of the day, as long as she's sucking the soul through my fucking tip of my dick, it's hey, dude.
All right,
I will say, I would never be with a leftist, and I will not be with a neocon.
Well,
I will not be with any person who is wanting to eat the rich. Let's put it that way. And I won't be with somebody that celebrates every time someone gets bombed. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, and here's where I'm going to go with that. You can be a Republican and a Democrat. You can be in a relationship as long as you are not, and I'm going to use the F word here, far right or far left. You can have your beliefs and believe in your political party system, but the minute you start going overboard.
Yeah, like if you're like someone who's never met a war they didn't like, get the fuck out of my face.
All right.
I don't even want to hear it.
All right, next story.
We're getting too political now. I'm going to start throwing bottles at both you.
It
fuckers.
is election year.
I don't care. I don't care. We have shows for this bullshit, and we will have one of those shows. We already said it. Do not bring it up during my "Do you know it's fucked up" relationship. Do we have any other questions out there?
Relationship with politics.
Questions, no, but comments. Going back to the college football reference you made about the XFL. Amber says, I've seen how hard my athletic classmates work. They do so much and push themselves so far. They are admirable. Angela sneaks in with, my parents never discussed their political choices. Really, really good. Matt Pistol checks in from Keystone, Colorado. He's there for business. Cheers, Matt. Hope you're doing good. And Amber says, you guys need to watch American Horror Story Cult Season. They touch base on politics and how it can divide a household.
No, we already know that. That's why you don't talk about any of that shit during the holidays, because that's exactly what it does, is divide a household.
I'm Chris Burns, and I approve this message.
Unless you, so like I said,
leftists.
phone lines are open. If you guys would like to get a hold of the show right now, please get a hold of one of us, and we will get you on.
You can't have a leftist at Thanksgiving.
Right.
They start going about pilgrims and genocide and what the fuck.
Quickly,
While
before
we're
his
waiting-
story, go to the Facebook page. There is a click-to-call button. The phone line, one of the phone lines is open on that click-to-call button.
Nice. That's a good way to do it. That's
Yes.
fantastic. So while we're waiting for these phone lines or these other ones to pop in, we're going to give you fill-ins of great relationship statuses. So
better
first
not
of all,
suck.
oh, this is great. This is fucking great, dude. First of all, look at the couple.
Oh my God! wait! Can I name them real quick? Don't show me the headline. I'm gonna say Kyle and Karen, and both of them are tweaked on meth.
All right, here you go, Ed. Check that out.
Mom?
I don't think you guys will be able to check that, but here we go. These guys are kooky and a half.
Oh my God!
So Karen and Kyle, right?
Karen and Kyle. That's what I'm guessing their names are.
All right, this goes beyond just making a mess, all right? Airbnb renter says couple left behind drugs, knives, and bloodstains.
Well, I'm right on the meth part.
This happened on guess what day, people?
Valentine's Day!
Day!
How did
That's
I
right.
not see that coming?
A Kansas man renting out a room on a house in an Airbnb recently made a shocking discovery. He claims he found drugs, knives, bloodstains on the wall after a couple temporarily rented the room for Valentine's Day. I had people come over, hungover, after the party, and they needed a hotel. He said, I'll open up this bed and breakfast for you. This was crazy at first, but whatever. They seem like nice people. He said the damage would cost him an estimated $5,000. His quote, it was bad. I mean, I had a manic episode. It was basically cleaning really, really, really good and just cleaning everything, and I just didn't stop. Despite the experience, Sehinga says he's not done renting this site, although he's hoping for some changes. Dude, I hope so too. I hope the fuck you clean the hell out of that fuck. You're talking almost $5,000 in damages of blood, knives, syringe. I mean, people. Come on, people. Come on. So, and here it is. Here's the names. They arrested 29-year-old Rebecca Singh.
Damn.
And 23-year-old Joseph Crane.
Fuck.
The pair is facing charges on drug possession.
Oh my God.
So people, if you're going to go to a bed and breakfast on Valentine's Day, please keep your drugs and your needles and your otherwise body fluids inside the upright cabin position. I mean, come on, people.
Gross.
That's just disgusting. $5,000 worth of damage. $5,000
That's insane.
worth of damage.
I feel bad when I spill a Coke in a hotel room.
I mean-
Not cocaine, Coca-Cola.
So think about this. I just want to say this. For an average hotel or for an average apartment, you put down first and last month's rent as a security deposit, right? So that's average. Let's say it's $1,000. So you put a $2,000 security deposit down on an apartment, right? Most places assume you're going to somewhat damage the place. Paint, carpet.
That's what security
Whatever.
deposits are for. Yeah.
That's
Right.
what we replace it for. $2,000 in the extension of maybe average, someone stays there 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
yeah, give or
Average,
take.
$2,000.
Yeah.
This couple in one day made $5,000 worth of damage
In a day.
in a day.
That's crazy.
One night. There was $5,000 worth of
From the moment you got the keys, you would have to punch a hole in every wall, rip up every carpet.
fecal matter, vaginal matter, penal matter.
Yeah.
Ginal matter.
Yeah.
Ladies, can you please chime in the comments? What exactly is ginal matter? I want to hear your answers.
It's penal. It's the opposite of penal matter.
I know what penal matter is.
What do you got, bro? We ain't got no.
All right. Well, listen. I did not know it was going to be a relationship episode when I was collecting stories. So I'm going to go slightly off topic, but not totally.
Okay.
We're going to talk about a man who has a relationship with beer.
That's not.
And it's not going to be in Florida.
Oh, wow. Good.
Austin, Texas. Paul Joseph Garcia, 24, was driving in his 2014 white Ford Focus without headlights at high speed on the way to his favorite beer garden.
Okay. Seems like a normal.
Yeah.
normal day.
Upon arriving
My
at the
kinda
beer
guy.
garden, they refused to serve the young man.
Why?
Do you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Young Paul Joseph Garcia, 24, who was driving his 2014 white Ford Focus without headlights at high speed, hit pedestrian Lee Martin Cagle, 55, who was walking near Slaughter Lane. Garcia.
Well, that should be a fucking heads up right there. Don't walk on Slaughter Lane. It's right there in the name.
It's a
How
warning.
stupid do you have to be? Was he born in Florida?
So Paul Garcia drove. The body went through the windshield, landing in the passenger seat, and he drove. Looks like a mile and a half to the beer garden with the guy's arms were falling off and parts of the body were on Garcia when he went to the beer garden to enjoy some fine samples of craft beer.
Oh my Lord.
Wow.
Okay.
Amber chimes in, probably had to replace the bed, carpeting, furniture pieces. That's insane, though. Wow. Ginal matter is toxic stuff if you got to replace all that.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, the man was, it doesn't say what his blood alcohol level was, but he was really, really drunk.
I'm sure it was like Jose Cuervo by that point.
Holy.
You know your blood alcohol level is high
You
when they
know
name it.
you're drunk if a person can come through your windshield minus body parts,
The body's
with
sitting
body
there next to
parts
you.
on you with this thing next to you, and it's not even a person no more. It's
It's like a skin sack with ooze coming out.
oh my god. So what do you like at this point? That's beyond manslaughter.
Oh yeah, he's charged with manslaughter.
It's beyond that though.
No,
I mean,
they're only
come
charging him with
on.
manslaughter.
What he
Because
drove?
it's not premeditated.
Exactly.
Mike, that's got.
So he's getting charged. Hang on.
All right, there's a difference between look. So somebody, this pisses me the fuck off. So somebody,
Uh-oh.
Witnesses told police he calmly walked away from his car and entered the beer garden barefoot.
My kind of guy. Fuck it. No shoes, no problem.
So that right there is manslaughter.
Yeah.
And somebody can hit somebody,
Yep.
pull over, call the cops, say I hit somebody by accident, and they'll still get manslaughter.
That might be reckless endangerment, but depending on
Well,
how
how-
ruthless the court is, yeah,
maybe
manslaughter.
right. Maybe you get a fucking good lawyer who can get you to that point.
Intoxication, manslaughter, which is a second-degree felony in Texas, and accident involving injury.
Oh, God.
Injury, it's death. But this is funny. This is how police procedurals are. So they said that the evidence on him matched the body found inside the vehicle. So they tested the blood all over him with the body to make sure it was the same body. We'll probably make sure he didn't kill anybody else.
They're not
Well, that's
exactly
true,
going full
but, like-
CSI on us right here.
It's true. I mean, you might as well. At this point, you might as well. Who knows? I mean,
Poor guy's probably listening to like all my exes live in.
Texas. Shit! Fred!
Oh,
What the
man.
fuck? Get back in the car!
He must be fucked up if he yelled at the guy afterwards, like, "You fucked up my windshield, dick!"
I told you to put on the
right out of the
seatbelt.
crow.
Oh man, it's funny too. He like walks in barefoot. It was probably the no shirt, no shoes that got him in trouble.
Oh, maybe it was the ear that was sitting on the guy's fucking lapel.
That could be.
I don't
That
know.
could be.
You know.
That's a nice pin. What is it? That's Fred's
Oh,
ear.
man.
Oh, hey, is that somebody's scalp? That looks fantastic on your shoulder. That's not where it's supposed to be, though, guy. Come on.
Oh man, well that was my one little. Well, I got two. I got another one.
All right.
That was pretty decent, though. What
Oh,
the
my
fuck,
God.
dude? No,
That's
that
why.
was a
That's
what
what
the
happens
fuck.
when your relationship with alcohol becomes toxic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And let's be honest,
beyond
there have been
taxing.
people that have accused some of us in this room of having a toxic relationship with alcohol. However, never had a guy's ear on my fucking shoulder.
Yeah, I was
Bet
going
you
to
know
say,
of.
That's been cut off.
I flipped a car, which
Yeah.
got me my DUI.
Right.
But I walked away from that, and I could have done the actual wrong thing and ran into the woods and said, somebody could have been called, hey, Mr. Smith, you know where your car is? Yeah, it's in my driveway. No, it's not, Mr. Smith. Where are you? In my house.
I'm at home. I'm in bed. It's because you're a stand-up human being like the rest of us.
Imagine like the people that were at the beer garden whose day just totally got ruined. Just like, or like, hey, honey, so this is the place I proposed to you. Happy anniversary.
What the
We can never come here again, ever.
Ever.
They're now going to call it the ear garden.
Yes. I like it.
Come to Sal Rizzo Ford.
Like,
got
or
it.
what if he's like wiping off entrails and shit off of him, and he asks for a cocktail napkin?
Oh my God.
All right, we gotta stop.
I don't even think he realized that, dude. At this point, if you have an entire body to your right-hand side, you are focused on one thing, more alcohol.
Yes.
So,
Angela chimes in, vagina matter. Oh, she's a squirter. And there's an infection in her lady bits.
Ah!
Dirty bitches.
Wow. I got nothing. I
I like squirters.
There's nothing wrong with a squirter.
No.
If it's a gusher, then you got to get the fuck out.
No,
That's
just get a towel.
a towel.
A towel.
You,
Yeah.
listen
to this
big,
guy.
I got a nice.
Listen, get your girl goo off of me.
Right?
Bring the girl goo, baby.
That's fine.
Bring
a
it.
squirter's fine. A gusher, that's a fucking problem.
Mike, you coming over for D&D? Hell no, I'm swimming in girl goo, bro.
Nobody wants to date the Kool-Aid man.
gusher, baby.
I got a
gusher.
Are you having a good time? Oh yeah. Nobody wants that.
Loki, are you all right? I'm drowning in pussy, so I'm swimming to the ass.
If he answers the phone and you hear everything's flowing,
I got a gusher. I'll tell you, you bastards, this is a good gusher.
I got 4 words to start this story.
Oh, man.
Florida, we have missed you. That's 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to read the headline. I'm just going to dive right in. Gentlemen, revenge can be sweet,
Yeah, absolutely.
Certainly.
Yeah, I've done it.
but bodily harm is bad.
Agreed.
Male to female, female to
Agreed.
male, doesn't matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
No one should strike
Yeah.
the other
No.
one.
No.
It's just common fucking human decency.
Karma has a way of working itself out.
Correct. And when
Karma's a
Eddie comes
bitch,
back, he's going to the gimmick chamber.
and
We've
she's
already-
great. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this at him.
Dare, you know what? He just walked. I don't know what he's doing. Either he's peeing or he's jerking off. I don't know, but we'll dive into the story.
Either way, it's about the same time.
Florida, we missed you. Are you ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
Do you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
A Florida woman allegedly bit her boyfriend's penis off and threatened him with a knife after she accused him of wanting to have sex with another woman. Okay, here's a problem.
Well, first of all, the penis is already bit off, and then you got to.
Well, no, I don't know if the headline was written correctly, but it's together.
That's what you just said, though,
Right.
right?
Look, I didn't write the fucking story.
No, I know, but now I'm confused because if the penis was already bit off,
I'm sure the knife came first.
okay,
All right, let's move on.
Let's
The
go with
alleged.
Let's
You-
go
You
with
got
that.
a fucking dick in your hand that's disattached from Freddie over there.
you got Bobbit rocking with your teeth.
There you go. The alleged assault happened during a hours-long drinking session in a Miami Beach home that ended
Not
at about
surprised.
3 a.m. Okay, Miami, cocaine, we get it.
So, yep.
Esperanza Gomez.
You got out of the bar. You're already fucked up.
Right.
You decided to go home, finish off the fucking bottle of fucking Patron you got there. So now you got there. You got some fucking coke running through your system. You're feeling that shit.
Jealousy is a bitch. Let
Her
me start
nipples
there.
are fucking like this big and this hard, and you're like fucking all over that shit.
All right. Jealousy is a bitch. And I will say this, I am not pointing at any one particular person. I'm talking about just about every fucking woman I've ever known in my life if they think it is. And that's a bad thing. If they think it's true, it is. And there's nothing you can get a handwritten letter from God
God.
that says Mike is innocent. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think it, therefore it is. That's every woman. You have to go to the gimmick chamber. You left us during the beginning of the
That's
story.
what I did. See?
Let's move on. Esperanza Gomez, 33, was drinking beers with her boyfriend
But
and
I'm
a
wrong?
female friend.
Wait,
you are
you
wrong.
just said I was wrong.
You are wrong.
How am I, for what?
Because I think it, therefore it is.
That's not true though.
But it is true. Mike wants one too.
What are we thinking?
Can we just move on with
Well, I
the
want to
story?
know what I'm wrong about.
I'm not a woman. I don't know any of that shit.
That's.
Jiminy
The
Christmas.
fuck is that? Oh.
He's got an adult juice box.
I was like, you got a juice.
Can I
box?
finish the story?
Yes, absolutely.
I just want to say her name. Esperanza Gomez, 33, was drinking beers with her boyfriend when a female friend joined them at about midnight. The friend left a short time later, but Gomez became enraged and accused her boyfriend of wanting to sleep with the woman.
Okay.
Here's her picture.
Yep.
I'm not sure if she's a good-looking woman, a bad-looking woman, but that's Esperanza Gomez.
Well, I'll tell you what. With strong selfie game, a whole lot of makeup, and
Snapchat filters.
What is it? Yeah, I was going to say that. Filter. Go with the cold filter. Go with the cold filter, girl.
Here we go. She allegedly started shouting at him, grabbed him by the arms, and then began to poke him with a knife, according to the police report. Then, quote, officer, quote, bit his penis off out of frustration. Gomez was arrested and hit with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, according to county records. Her bond was set at $6,500.
Okay,
first of all, can I start? $6,500 is a very low amount for biting somebody's dick off.
All right. How do you, first of all, his pants are on at this point?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
She stabs him multiple times.
I have no audio.
Okay. No, I can hear you. So, okay. Stabbed how many times?
It poked him with a knife is all it says.
Poked.
That's all it says. Doesn't give us a number count. This isn't
All
Jody
right,
Arias who stabbed the dude 33 times.
Let's just throw 10. Let's throw 10 out there.
10's still a high fucking number.
You're poking, and this is my point. So I'm poking you 10 times with a knife, and in that time, I managed to get your pants unbuttoned. I
don't think it happened like seconds after. I'm sure there's a time lapse.
Okay, so fine. You poked. All I'm saying is the first time you poke me with a knife, bitch, I'm punching you in the
You're
lips.
eating teeth. You're eating teeth.
No, you are not eating teeth. You are eating corn. You're not eating Hot Pockets for anything for the rest of your life.
You can gum a Hot Pocket.
The minute a knife punctures my fucking chest, I'm sorry, you're seeing stars. You're seeing stars. I'm sorry, yo. It's self-preservation at that point. So now this guy not only gets poked by a knife.
Poked.
This like poked.
That's like saying minor stabbing.
Hey,
poke.
Do they still have poke in Facebook?
Yeah.
So that's like getting poked in Facebook.
I'm glad they didn't release this guy's name because I'd be finding him and hitting that poke button. If she can poke you with a knife, I can do this.
So he gets poked, let's say 3 times. After 3 times, he decides that I don't know, wants to fight her?
I don't know. Maybe he went to bed saying, fuck this, I'm out.
So at some point, I want to figure out, how does his pants get off? Because...
Maybe he sleeps naked.
How?
Maybe
she just poked you with a knife.
I don't know.
I'm not going to sleep.
I don't live in or was ever born in Florida, and B, I don't have that level of crazy in me.
I just don't. Yo, I'm sorry. Some bitch pokes me with a knife, and you ain't sleeping in the same house with me. It's not happening.
Oh, you know what? That's a great comment coming in. Hold on,
my pants are not coming off anywhere next to you. You psycho hose beast.
And of course, it's Angela that comes in with, maybe he was into the poking pleasure and pain. Then he cried like a baby, so she showed him what real pain is. I can't, you know what? I got nothing. I'm just, you know what? It's Florida. Let's just leave it at that. It's Florida. If this happens in Nebraska.
I take it back.
No.
They got rid of poking.
Oh, did they?
Oh, did they? That's funny.
That's goes to show you how long I poked.
Yep, I was going to say, I didn't realize.
I used to hate that shit. You open up your gimmick.
I'm just saying, so she's got the knife out. She's over there probably making something because she's pissed. So she wants to eat some food. And then he comes walking in. She's like, you want to fuck with that motherfucking bitch, don't you? So it's like he got poked like 6 times right there. You see how
I'd take the first 2. After that,
that's what I'm saying. No, the first time I'm
chiclets.
feeling like fucking knife puncture and I'm seeing blood on my fucking shirt. Yo, you're getting dropped. There is no pleasure in that at all.
Oh, wait. Another good point. Amber shoots in with men can be domestically abused and scared to do something about it. Good point. Don't forget that. She could have been abusing him for who knows how long and was afraid to push back. Honey Bear says, poke, poke, poke all day long. Poke, poke, poke while I bite off his dong. Oh, my God.
I'm trying to figure out how you work it.
I'm going to go Jimmy Wisman. I might puke. I don't know. I don't know who you are, but thank you for that.
That was great.
Oh, it's a little tiny poke, but never mentioned stabbed, crybaby. Look, like Mike said, you poke me with a knife 2, 3, 4 fucking times, you're spitting chiclets.
Yes, that's just the way it fucking works, man.
Oh, my God.
All right.
I might be singing that song in my head tomorrow.
That's pretty good.
Poke, poke. It sounds like an Adam Sandler movie. Poke, 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 all day long. Poke, poke, poke. Bite off the dong.
Probably got that from that, man.
I bet it was in one of his movies.
Poke your dong.
You never fucking know. Do you got something for us, my friend?
Yes, I do.
All right.
All right. So for those of you who are Xbox players, or even it doesn't even have to be Xbox, or you could be a computer player, because the bottom line is when you have a girlfriend at home, you trust that girlfriend. It's not like you put a passcode on your Xbox. It's not like you put a passcode on your computer or anything like that. I mean, maybe your computer, because you know you do a lot more with that. But it's more or less a gaming thing. So your PlayStation, your Xbox. I don't put a fucking password on my Xbox. You can go roll into my Xbox right now and go fucking with all my friends. Now, do I have any half-naked friends on my Xbox friends list? No, because we're all fucking playing Halo. And
nobody wants to see the fat guy from Oklahoma.
Well, no, there's some girls that I play Halo with.
I believe that.
Understand that. And there's some good fucking, like, fantastic girl players out there.
I believe that.
But there's also that same, stigmatism that because she's a girl, she has to be fantastic in a bikini and all this other happy horse shit. And
that's fantastic in the kitchen. I don't care. I'm playing a fucking game.
That's not how it works. So, anyways, regardless, when you are in a relationship and you own an Xbox, you leave these things open. You know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Well, apparently this guy decided he wanted to, now this is all on him, but he decided that he wanted to have an outside relationship with a fangirl that he just met on Xbox.
Bad move, dude.
It was a very bad move because he also didn't erase all of his messages from the Xbox, which he had the night before. Mm-hmm. His girlfriend knew where they were going to meet, decided to go there, proceeded to take pictures of them, sent the pictures to his now girl's things, and then proceeded to erase everything from his Xbox. Everything.
Small price to pay.
Small price. Very small price.
Small. He didn't get his dick bit off.
It doesn't end there.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know. Shit. I spoke out of turn.
She then put up all of his games, Xbox controllers, and everything else for a quote-unquote awesome deal on eBay.
How awesome was the deal?
$1.
Why did I not see that? I should have bid. I should have bought the buy. Did it have the buy it now feature?
It did for $1.
Fuck! How did I miss that?
Sold in approximately 30 seconds.
No shit.
It was the fastest selling thing that eBay has had.
You don't say.
Time. 2 controllers, an Xbox One X, a 4 terabyte outside hard drive, and over 50 Xbox games. People, don't fuck around with other people when you allow them in your own personal spot, especially something like that. Come on, dude.
I would have called the cops.
That's theft.
Yeah, but how you gonna prove it now, dude?
How are you gonna prove it? My Xbox is gone, and she's got a receipt from eBay. $1. It probably costs more to ship it.
$1. She's gonna be like, motherfucker, I sold a fucking fork.
Amber says she never deletes her Xbox messages, so we need to hack her shit and find all her deep, dark secrets.
Yo, I know. I've never played with an Xbox, but I highly doubt she's sitting there diddling herself, spelling out fucking, ooh, you like that during a Halo match. Come
Angela,
on, yo.
One guy cheated on me, and I legit sold everything he owned for pennies. Left him a pile of change on the table before he got home.
I like that, and I support it.
I don't. Still theft.
No, it's not. You guys are idiots.
Whoa, don't you guys. He said it.
You're an idiot.
Thank you.
If you fucking open your house, first of all.
Actually,
look,
she admits it's theft because she says everything he owned. So she's admitting to theft.
What are you going to prosecute her now, Johnny Cochran? What
I'm
the
just
fuck?
saying.
But how long did they live together for?
Yeah, that's a good question.
If it's beyond a certain amount of time, guess what? It's not he or
wait.
she.
The important question is, did he vote for Trump?
Yeah, you vote for
Because we need to know that information right fucking now.
Yeah, Ange, if you didn't vote for Trump, then this is not a legit reason to sell his shit.
You kind of asked out on this one.
Yeah, you done fucked up, kid.
What do you got?
You sound like me now.
And I know you ain't got no. Good
I don't really have a relationship
ones. I
one
know.
unless you count our relationship with delicious flame broiled goodness.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, here we go.
So, you know how you like late for work or you got to stop, grab a quick bite. So you go to Mickey D's and you grab yourself that burger and fries. 10 years later, those fries are still at the bottom of your car and they look as brand new as the day you bought them.
I've
I
heard that.
remember
I've never
this.
seen
I do
it.
remember this. I read this. Burger
So,
King
you know what's fucked up?
promises-
What's fucked up?
Burger King has decided the best way to advertise their product is to say, hey, our shit molds.
It gets nasty. Yes.
This is an actual Whopper.
This is a Whopper, and it's only been like what? It's a month old or some shit like that. That is a Whopper that has been officially a month old. It does actually mold and everything else.
This is a real ad campaign for Burger King. They're hocking around this moldy Whopper.
Yes. Yes.
I say, like, we don't use any artificial preservatives. We got the real
Our
shit.
shit molds.
Oh, man, how fucked up do you got to be in this business where your selling point is my shit decays naturally?
You're driving down the street and you're deciding where to eat. Your choices are McDonald's or Burger King.
Well, if you want to have it a month later, make sure you go to McDonald's because Burger King shit gets moldy.
I mean, all
Our
right.
stuff is fresh, and if it gets mold, you know right away you found the freshest, tastiest burger around.
Let's do a quick survey.
go ahead.
We'll say we're the average Joe, layman, whatever. You
Yeah.
know McDonald's is bad for you?
Yeah, sure do.
You know McDonald's is bad for you?
Oh, yeah.
I know McDonald's is bad for me. Do you care?
Fuck no.
Do you care?
No, I still get that fucking shit.
I don't care either.
Big Mac Jones.
I have never gone through a drive-through and say, hey, y'all,
Your shit mold.
your shit
Yeah.
mold?
Yeah. No, is that true? Is that true that if I get a cheeseburger and I hold it in my car, 5 years later it's still going to look the same? They're going to say,
That's not true for all their food,
Yeah.
though. That's not true for all their food. Their filet of fish does mold rather quickly.
well,
I gotta-
because it's fish.
I got to give a shout out. This is funny. Amber's watching us right now. Thank you, Amber. She says, and we've all met Riley, I believe, the little blonde,
Yep.
cherubic, wonderful-faced girl. Yes. Riley just caught me watching you all. She never knew you had a channel and is freaking out. She wants me to tell y'all to give her a shout-out. She turned 9 on the 11th. Riley, happy 11th birthday. And your mother's paying for the therapy from what you heard tonight because we have no business getting in your personal gimmick. And for what it's worth, your mom let you see this.
Yeah.
Happy
That's not
birthday,
on us.
kid.
Hey,
That's
Riley,
not on birthday. But
choose
happy
Burger
birthday.
King.
Choose Burger King. Their shit
Because
molds.
it
It molds. It molds.
You
so
know
make
it's
sure you get a
fresh
Burger
if it molds.
King chicken tender.
And if you're in the market
Make sure you
for a
get
good
that
used
shit.
car, go to Sal Rizzo's Ford.
All right. So what else you got, man? You got anything else?
Real quick, though, it has always boggled my mind that mold is a single-cell organism. And how fucked up does your shit have to be that a single-cell organism that doesn't think won't eat it?
Well, you know, cheese is officially mold as well, and we
Correct.
enjoy
Well,
the-
cheese is a mold.
we enjoy the shit out of that.
Well, the American cheese doesn't mold because it's not made of anything but
Right.
oil and
exactly.
sadness.
Exactly. But if you go, Jim Laramie will tell you to some of these better places to get some official cheeses, then that shit does mold, and that shit is fantastic.
Yes.
I'm still looking for this story, so keep moving. I got to find it. It's a today story.
It's a today story.
This happened today, and I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to save it as my main event. Not the main event, but I found it. Okay. February 25th, 2020. This story broke at 1:30 this afternoon. So all of the information is still coming in. It's still new, but I saw the headline, and it got me. Headline: Man shoots ex-wife on Mardi Gras float, kills her new boyfriend in Alabama over a domestic dispute. So this happens over a couple days, it seems like.
Jesus.
You know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
I've never had a breakup where I've wanted to kill the other person, whether it was cheating or whatever.
no, I can agree with that.
Yeah. So this dude, and again, I brought up two woman stories. I want to make it fair, and this story was probably the most outrageous. It was nuts. This guy put time, effort, thought, deliberation into this. An Alabama man is charged with murder and other related charges after he allegedly opened fire on his ex-wife and her new boyfriend Monday evening following a Mardi Gras parade, killing the man and critically wounding his former wife. 49-year-old Anthony Orr also faces charges of attempted murder and discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle, according to Mobile County jail records. Police say officers were called around 6 p.m. to the scene downtown, where they found the man dead and the woman injured. The city is currently celebrating Mardi Gras, which originated in Mobile, Alabama. Bet you didn't know that. I didn't until 5 seconds ago. Where were we? And was in the middle of the biggest party of the year that the community sees. The gunfire erupted less than an hour into the Infant Mystics Parade as it was rolling out. The victims were shot a couple blocks from where the previous day's parade had ended. Quote, "We are currently looking for a black male by the name of Anthony Orr, who is the suspect in this shooting," authorities say. "We believe that this shooting is domestic related." No fucking shit. He chose to deal with the domestic situation here at our Mardi Gras celebration. I don't know what's worse. If you want to kill somebody, kill him. I don't give a shit. Go all Chris Benoit. I don't give a fuck.
The Loki and Jabroni show does not advocate murder.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is, if you want to kill somebody, I can't stop you. Kill somebody. But to do it in front of thousands of people, that's fucked up. It's beyond fucked up. Orr had threatened his ex-wife, who was riding on the float, from the parade route as the festivities were underway. Anybody who is in the public who knows Orr and spots him, call the police. Do not harbor him. Please notify us, officials say. Court records.
Please don't harbor the murderer.
Right. Court records obtained by the news station show Orr was arrested on February 15th, just 6 days before the shooting, on domestic violence charges. The documents indicate the victim, Orr's ex-wife, told police that he had beat her and kicked her in the face in October 2018.
Kicked her in the pussy.
You just kick him right in the pussy? It's huge.
And they let you do it. It's like
All right.
crazy.
Round
Huge.
the table, gotta know. Look, I've never wanted to kill another human being over something they did to me, an ex, a friend, etc. I don't give a shit. But the way it was done publicly, what are your thoughts?
Okay. So I can honestly say that, yes, nobody has ever done me wrong enough to want to physically end their existence on this planet. I have been wronged enough to make them want to physically get completely out of my existence to where maybe we never cross paths again. So I can understand the anger. I can understand the anger involved in this. Death is such a
Permanent?
yeah, man. It's more than that though. It's like the fact that like you've taken this thing from another living person is beyond that. And it's even when somebody's wronged you to the point where they've taken life from you, taking life back just never does anything right. I think we all agree with this. I think every single person that knows if you take a life for a life, it never ends well.
Look,
never does. It never ends.
In the case of capital punishment, I agree that if you kill somebody like the guy from Colchester who moved to Florida and killed his family, they're seeking the death penalty. That's one thing, okay?
That's multiple lives too.
Right. But you cheated on me, you broke up with me, you stole all my money. There's not a situation in the world where I could look at another civilian human being and say, that's it, I'm going to kill your ass. Unless they maybe killed my family or something. But even then, you let the court do that work.
Right.
This situation, I'm thinking, here's thousands of people lining these streets. They're having a celebration. This guy starts rattling off bullets, kills the man, seriously injures the woman. Not only have you killed the man, seriously injured the woman, but you have now, and I'm not a big fan of this PTSD thing for when people see something shocking. Oh, Trump is president, I have PTSD. No, you don't. You're just a fag. You're a weakling. You're a bitch. Okay? But you watch a murder happen in front of you, that's going to scar you. Okay? So this goes beyond just simple, did she deserve to die? Does he deserve to die? You now, I think, should have to face all those thousands of people who watched the stupidity that you just did and hear what happened to them.
So it's such a crimes of passion is just it's a title, dude. That's all it is. I hate the term crimes of passion. I do. You took a life. period. I don't care if you took a life if you were drinking too much. I don't care if you took a life because she cheated on you for the umpteenth time.
You should have learned after the third time.
There's options. You didn't have to get in that car. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You didn't have to load that gun. There was options before you got to that fucking point. You people have to be held responsible. I don't give a rat's ass anymore. I'm so sick and tired of this. Let's baby everybody. Well, you know what? The next time somebody fucking does something stupid and we blow their fucking brains out on national TV, someone's going to be like, whoa, what are we doing here? What was that? Well, if you want to live in fucking America from now on, that's what's going to happen. If you do something stupid, we're going to blow your fucking brains out on your fucking social media network in front of everybody.
I'm going to piggyback your point, and then I'm going to ask you about something we talked about last night when you and I had dinner together. Thank you again. It was fucking delicious.
You're welcome.
1984, if I'm doing my math right, a gentleman from Pennsylvania, I think he was the treasurer of the state, was accused of taking bribes in a press conference, shot himself live on television. I watched that shit. And I'm sure millions of other people have too. When the show is over, go to your YouTube and find our Bud Dwyer, Bud with 2 Ds, B-U-D-D Dwyer, D-W-Y-E-R. Yep. Watched it. Okay, I grew up okay. I wasn't scarred. I don't claim PTSD. PTSD is a crutch for a lot of people. If you're military, if you're a police officer, fireman, I buy PTSD. If you were a seriously abused human being, I buy PTSD. Trump got elected. You don't have PTSD. You're just a bitch.
No, I'm saying you fuck with somebody. You are a pedophile, and you are accused of this shit. In my world, I'm going to take you on your social media network, and I'm going to take your face.
Oh, no, I like that.
And I'm going to blow your fucking brains out on social fucking media.
That's a crime of passion. Oh.
And then people are going to be like, holy shit, he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, he was a pedophile. You know,
he was a pedophile.
He fucked kids, people. He fucked kids. And I just blew his fucking brains out.
I did you a favor.
On his social media network. Right. All his friends, all you fucking pedophile, you just saw that shit. Now I'm coming for you bitches next.
I want to bring up when you said he didn't have to get in the car. He didn't have to load the gun. He didn't have to go to the parade. He didn't have to do all this.
Right.
Something you said last night, you and I both agree on because we both said it in different wordings, but I'm going to use yours. I'm never more than a phone call away.
Right.
And I said that to you in different words. Never more than a phone call away. You're too drunk and you can't drive home? I'll come get your ass. You're in trouble? I'm going to come help your ass. And same in reverse and yada, yada. We've said this, certain folks who,
absolutely,
have crazy schedules or they hide behind whatever. We don't care. You're never more than a phone call away. This guy had options, like you said. It didn't have to go down like this. And what sucks the worst is that ripple effect. We've talked about it for years on the show. Throw the pebble in the pond. Watch those ripples. Not only her family, not only the dead gentleman's family, all those people that witnessed this crime, that ripple effect is going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, none of the people who stood there and watched it are going to get any sort of, not that I say compensation, but they're never going to get any closure. This is a nightmare that will haunt them for the rest of their fucking lives.
Yeah, exactly. So now, since he's off on taking care of puppies.
Yep.
So if that's not bad enough for you,
mm-hmm.
what are the hardest things about, say, dating somebody younger than you?
You want a list?
Well, I'm just saying it happens. Sometimes it's the passion is there. You just connect with somebody, and they might be 5, 10,
17,
15 years. I mean, whatever it is.
Okay.
You know what's fucked up?
What's fucked up?
Girl wants to leave her boyfriend for missplaining Game of Thrones.
Wait.
That's right.
Missplaining.
My 23-year-old...
I'm going to guess this woman is the younger version.
Yes, she's
in this
definitely younger.
relationship.
She's younger. She's 20. She's 23.
She's probably a bartender.
And he's 38.
And she believes in the 88 gender.
And he's 38.
I can see this is going to
And Joy's explaining what's going on in Game of Thrones after an episode. Well, I accidentally upstaged him yesterday, and now he won't talk to me. I've been told many a times whether he's processed this or thought I was lying, I didn't know. To do so, I actually questioned him in a song of ice and fire. And he didn't think I knew the answer. Well, it was hilariously false. So then I lost my appeal of our relationship and had to leave him for his false information. She wrote this on her social media network.
I can't wait for Ed to get back because I'm going to ask him.
Not long after.
Special button.
Obviously, the now it goes on. I mean, she. This is a huge. She keeps going.
Oh,
I
of
mean,
course, because they can never shut up.
It's like a face. This is like you might as well have like turned around and wrote a goddamn page about this. But bottom line is, it goes right back to the whole fucking lying thing.
Missplaining.
Okay? The missplaining. So
Fuck.
a 23-year-old is mad at her 38-year-old boyfriend for missplaining Games of Thrones. And as a matter of fact, she found out that the information was wrong from a coworker, and then went back to try to question her,
Boyfriend, lover, gimmick Jones.
But then the boyfriend was wrong with the answers, and then when she proceeded to question and
wrong
say,
by whose standards? You and I can read
by
the
the
same
story.
book and come up
Well,
with two different ideas.
yeah, but I mean, if Frodo gets, throws fucking Gollum in the fucking pit.
Is that Game of Thrones?
No, it's not. It's Lord of the Rings.
No, but that's a
I'm
fact.
I'm just saying, Frodo throws, Gollum into the fucking pit of the fucking
Mount Doom.
in Mount Doom, right? Exactly. And you could turn around and say Frodo pushed Gollum into. It's a twist on the story, but it doesn't take from the fact of what happened.
Greedo shot first.
We know this, but we know that Han fucking killed him. Okay,
It's also a fight that's been going on for 48 fucking years.
we know Han shot first,
I
but
know.
I'm just saying. my point is this: we're heading back to the. Is that your dog? Oh my
Yeah.
God! I thought you had I thought there was a skunk down here. I saw him.
It's
moving
Buzz
from-
Lightyear, the official dog of the Loki and Jabroni
I said-
show.
Well,
newest
before-
member of the family.
I was going to say we depending on where we go to.
Yeah, there's always the
different-
official
There's
pet.
different animals that happen.
There was Abby, there was Sasha,
Yep.
or who was the cat that liked to go in the window of the old studio and whine? Was that Panda?
No, that was fucking Loki.
Okay.
Yeah. that
Sit at the
fucking-
window and whine while we were recording. You could hear it
fucking
through the
Shut
microphone.
the fuck up! Come on in, you
Buzz
bastard.
Lightyear, the official dog of the Loki and Jabroni show.
But
He's
anyway,
not Buzz Lightyear.
He is Buzz. He
So
will
he-
always be
so-
Buzz Lightyear.
if so, turn around, right? Let's say she catches, Amy catches you off guard one day for I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie. You haven't watched it yet, but she knows that you love TMNT so much that you had to have watched it by now, right?
Yeah.
So then she drills you on it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it was a great story," and blah blah blah, and you just fill her full of horse crap. And then 3 days later, she comes back and says, "You lied about that movie."
That's a pretty stupid thing to lie about.
Yeah.
Is it? I hear you, but is that ending your relationship? Is that going to be the be all end all of your relationship? And if it is, how sad was your relationship to begin with that something as small as Game of Thrones broke you up? And I guess it goes right back to the whole Trump thing that we started this whole thing off with.
Right. And now, Ed, if you would, I want you to read this because maybe I'm reading it wrong. The two comments from Angela, and then I will take Amber. Not like that, but I will take Amber's comment. Get ready, Amber. Hibbity-dibbity. No. Do you have the comment gimmick up?
Yeah.
Can you read Angela's comments? Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but I want...
Maybe the guy was always trying to sound smarter than he really is, always put on a show per se, and she finally got tired of it.
About Game of Thrones, though?
Yeah, maybe I could see that to a certain extent. Maybe this is something that all right.
Well, it's probably tone.
Look, I love
That could be.
I love Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that about me. That's one of the things. So if I go up to, say, my girl at the time and I turn around and I say, "Hey, I really like the Masked Singer. Can you fill me in?" And then every Masked Singer that she tells me up until that point is wrong. And then I turn around and I'm like, and some guy's like, "Hey, did you see the Masked Singer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucking great." I can't believe that, Joey Buttafuoco was the taco. That just fucking blows my mind.
Was Joey Buttafuoco?
No,
the
he
taco?
wasn't. He wasn't. I'm just saying.
That would have been badass.
But now I turn around and I look like a complete fucking asshole to my friend. He goes, "What are you talking about, dude? Joey Buttafuoco wasn't even in the fucking Masked Singer."
No, it was Joey Quesada.
Do you even watch the Masked Singer? So now all of a sudden I look like a complete fucking douche because I trusted my fucking girlfriend.
Okay.
Because she was trying to fucking quote unquote impress me.
I'm pretty sure I can say this about all three of us. Our respective women folk or former women folk have asked us the question, whether it be about a movie, NASCAR.
MCU.
Yeah,
It's been going on for the last 10 years.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure every single one of us has heard an
Now,
MCU
I dare
question.
say, she's on the feed now, that Angela can say when if we're watching a particular movie that I've seen 100 times or watching a NASCAR race, I'm pretty good with giving you the facts. A friend of ours, friend of the show, Mike Martin, earlier today says, Chris, when you talk about sports, you're at the top of your game. You know what you're talking about, and then you talk to Mike, that just elevates it. You really do a fucking fantastic job. I'm not gonna try to expound on something I'm not 100% sure about. Much like Stranger Things. I've watched them all, but I'm not really Sci-Fi Jones. So if I try to explain to somebody what's going on, you're going to hear a lot of gimmick. We're going to hear a lot of schnabbits.
If somebody asks Chris, what is a mind flare?
It's a thing in Stranger Things.
See, there you go.
They found it in a book, and
it's exactly.
No, I am correct to an extent.
Us in dorkdom,
That's just what they called
can
it.
move
Let me
that
step
so
back.
much more. But I'm just saying that's my
Right.
point. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in a relationship, right? Now,
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
We're in a relationship.
It's 2020. We can do
and
that
I
now.
tell you this huge story about the mind flare.
Yes.
And let's just say for short instances, it's pretty much Thor. I tell you, a mind flare is Thor, right? So then you go fucking marching in.
I'm taking this information that you have given me, and I'm walking forward with
Right.
it.
Now you go into your job and say you're a server. You know what I'm saying? Say your money depends on how well you connect with people. So then you get to your table and you're like, hey, what's going on? And the first thing that you see is a kid. He's got a T-shirt. And guess what T-shirt it is?
Thor.
Exactly. So you turn around and you give this
Hey,
whole
he's the
fucking
mind
story. Yeah,
flayer.
exactly. That is the mind flare right there, dude. I'm totally about that. And this little kid just looks at you like you're the biggest fucking idiot he's ever seen in his life. Now, if you would have connected with that kid, that parent, who knows? You probably could have made $100 fucking tip. But because you couldn't fucking tell the difference between Thor and a mind flare,
I get you.
you made $1.25. And when you come home to me, and I'm sitting at home and I'm playing my fucking video games with a stupid look on my face,
I'm going to poke you with a knife, and then I'm going to bite
throw
your
that
penis off.
$1.25 at the back of my fucking head, and you say, "This is what the fuck I think about your mind flare."
I got you. But I think we've all been asked by our women when we watch a favorite movie of ours or a sporting event, what's happening here, or explain, God, what the fuck was it recently? I don't even know.
Is she
I don't
going to
care.
die?
Is she going to die? I'm not answering that question.
You have to.
But the second part of that comment I'll read is that's my only defense for someone who talks or writes missplaining. Missplaining is not a word. I don't know where this Facebook
That's what
bitch
she
came
said.
up
She
with
said
it.
missplaining. It's missplaining. You didn't splain it right, yo. You didn't splain it right. Well, she was 23 and he was 38. So there you go.
Again, she's probably one of those
You're
ones that
missplaining, yo.
when the guy comes out and says, I was born a man, but then I became a woman, but now I cut my nipples off and I'm now an alien from another dimension, because that's what I identify as.
Hey.
Fuck.
Don't assume my
Can you-
assume my
Thank you.
explanation's gender.
Thank you, Connecticut, for giving him that option.
Can you please,
Male, female, and X.
Eddie,
Thank you.
Can you please hit that very special button that I love so much? Not the Nickelback one. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Anywho, what did Amber say? That's the thing about these articles. We never get the full story. Even on the news, we never get the full
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
We get juicy tidbits, talking points, if you will. Going back to that murder from the family that was from Colchester, now in Florida. We're not getting the whole story. We're getting juicy tidbits. There are Facebook groups and Twitter threads that are dedicated to this thing. I'm a part of one of them. I like to read the incoming information. But I also see a lot of armchair lawyers saying what they think should happen, and you find out they run a register at Big Y. They're not a lawyer. You're just somebody with an opinion.
Yeah.
Opinion doesn't weigh as much as fact,
Opinion,
motherfuckers.
and you don't have to pay as much rent as, say, somebody else, so you can have a bigger computer that answers faster than what you're used to.
Tis what it is. This is the part where I'm going to play Eddie and go upstairs real quick. So Who's next? Do we have
Well,
another?
I just did one, and it's Ed.
I think it's Ed.
I had to the Burger
Well, I was gonna
King
say it's
and
getting pretty close to wrap up, anyways, man.
All right, maybe I can sit.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do this.
Let's say, guys, I think at this point we are gonna wrap it up. It is getting pretty darn close to closing time.
Yeah.
Closing time.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't sure stay here.
No, we can't stay here. There's puppies fucking flying everywhere.
Buzz Lightyear and little kids
Fucking
and
ridiculous, man.
animal crackers about,
Hey, at least my puppy's not knocking down the rig.
or scaring the shit
Hey,
out of the mailman.
I bet you if you had the rig over there, it'd be knocking it down.
That's a
He
good
was
point.
just sniffing it. He
If,
walked,
if it was
pretty
setting
mellow.
down the way it used to be, yeah.
Let's
pretty
give
much.
BL a little time before he shuts down the production.
Well, he's also a lab too, so there's a little difference between the
docile.
hyperness.
Yeah.
There's a little difference between the hyperness of a lab and a pit bull.
That's a good point. Buzz Lightyear, the official dog of the Loke and Jabroni Show. Y'all saw him just briefly. If you're watching the YouTube, if you're audio only, maybe we'll throw up a picture with him, and
Yeah, you'll see it, maybe.
you can see it on the Facebook page or otherwise. Quick question: I am going to be full disclosure. Haven't listened to last week's Basement Quest, but it is in my queue. I did leave a 5-star review.
It
Tell
came
me what's
out a little
coming up.
later. He had well, we're breaking down guides at this point. So if you are a
Which it's doing very well, actually.
yeah, I was gonna say if you're an RPG guy, if you love RPGs, we're breaking down those guides for you. We did the fighters last week, Man at Arms for Palladium. This past week, we just threw out the Magic Users Guide, Wizards, and
That's uploaded, ready to release for midnight Friday.
which is our usual.
yeah,
Which is our
well,
usual
Saturday
at this
midnight.
point. And on Saturday, I have to actually work, so I don't get out till like 1:30. So I'll be heading over here a little bit later than I usually do. My God. Unfortunately, yeah, I know, sucks.
Fucking cunt.
So fired.
Sucks. And that is the other thing before we all wrap it up. I have actually ended my abusive relationship with the word cunt. It is over. It is said. It is done with. I released it into the fucking wild for, I don't know, about 2 seconds, and then it started humping Chris.
No, it didn't. It permeated my existence. And that's where the walk challenge comes in. You and I have talked about it. I just want to throw this out here. Guys, Mike and I are done with people who have biceps on their thumbs. You want to play vague book. You want to debate and not look somebody in the eye and explain, because I'm not going to sit there all day. I don't have the time, the energy, or the crayons to tell you that fact outweighs opinion. So we're opening the doors to Mike's house, to my house, to this show, or anywhere. As long as you do it face to face. You got a problem, you come, bring it to the table, walk the walk. Because a lot of you can talk the talk, but not a lot of you can walk the walk. The walk challenge began earlier today. It actually started, the germ of the idea came from this fine gentleman to my right last night. And now we are opening it up. This is, we've said it before, we'll say it again. This is your show. You shape this. If you have an idea, if you think Mike is wrong about something, you think I'm wrong, we'll even throw Eddie in. Because Eddie's a part of this three-headed monster.
But I'm rarely wrong.
That's bullshit, but hey, let's walk forward. If you want to be a cunt and sit back in the sidelines and just exercise your thumbs, you're a bitch.
Yes.
You want to come and have a spirited debate?
Well, unless you want to
Let's do
exercise your thumbs on Xbox, and I'll school you and call you all kinds of sorts of names on there.
I've been waiting for that Madden. I got to get, how different is the Xbox One controller from Xbox 360?
Same controller.
Same
It's the
thing?
exact same one.
All right, I'm good.
Yep, same one.
Because I use the 360 on my computer, and then
Yeah.
I use the Xbox One. So
Okay.
Same one.
So,
I
Basement
got pulled
Quest.
tomorrow, unfortunately.
Basement Quest was a little late last week. It's on my queue. I listen every week.
No, it'll be there, and we're gonna continue following up with these guides. C&J Speed Review. Obviously, NASCAR season is in full effect.
Fan-fucking-tastic Vegas race. You will hear all about it tomorrow, but the 1 point I want to bring, 2 points. Sorry.
Did you see? Not real quick though. Did you see the fucking Raiders Stadium in Vegas?
Yeah.
Dude,
It's looking fucking
It's
gorgeous.
looking beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Like it's like bright black. I mean,
It looks like a spaceship.
yes. That
So
good call.
fucking gorgeous.
Good call, dude. Like it's
Space is
beautiful.
fake and the Earth is flat. Good night. Anyway, two things I want to bring up. Fantastic Vegas race. First point to bring up, you'll hear all about it in C&J Speed Review. Ryan Newman walks out of that hospital. We
Yeah.
talked about him last Tuesday, 2
And he
days
went
after
fishing
the wreck.
today.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter.
He's gonna be out for a couple weeks. We know this. Ross Chastain is doing a fantastic job.
No,
in the
you have to.
Yes.
You can't, after a wreck like that, you cannot just get in. As tough as this bastard is, you cannot just get back into a race car. There's a lot of things going on mentally, physically, emotionally.
Oh, yeah.
You know, yes.
Will the nerves be there? You like watching
Is he
Days
the
of Thunder.
toughest?
Am I going to crash
exactly.
again?
Is he the toughest son of a bitch right now in existence?
Fuck
yes, he is. But can you get behind, just like you said, a vehicle that's going 200 miles per hour? The feelings, the emotions, the smells, any one of these things can trigger that accident again. PTSD is very real, people, and you have no idea
for real
what it's
situations.
right. Exactly. You have no idea what's going to hit this person, especially when something like that. I just want you guys to understand, like the human reaction is, I think it was what was it, like 25 miles per hour, where we can react. We're normal speeds. That's why when we're behind the wheel, it's so difficult.
They say about 1,000 feet.
Right. So, but it's like 25 miles per hour is our normal speed that we can react in a good amount of time. 50 miles per hour, you have a little bit of like shake play. 75 miles per hour.
I see where you're going.
You are 30% positive of wrecking that car.
My man came out of that corner at 201.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. Now you're talking 200 miles per hour. 80% chance of you not being able to react on time. These guys are superhuman. They are. They know how to control situations like this, but they have trained their minds. They have trained their bodies, and they have trained to become a specific type of superstar. When you wreck like that, you detach yourself.
And also, if I can throw this in here, anybody who straps himself into a race car, whether it's at your local dirt track, paved track, road course, or NASCAR, is a different breed. Fear exists, but it doesn't exist when you're strapped in that race car.
Right.
The minute you have fear in that race car, you're done.
You're done.
So
agree.
that's point one. We're all happy that Ryan Newman is okay. He's fishing. He's having a good time, and he will be back. Second, Mike, can I pick him or can I pick him?
No, I do like this guy. Guido is good. He's the real deal.
Second place.
He's the real deal.
If that in English,
Last caught.
if that last caution doesn't come out, he had the juice to overtake
I agree.
Logano.
I do agree. And what a good person to beat too, because they do consider Logano almost like the next Jeff Gordon. I've heard that.
You know what his nickname is, right? Sliced bread. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yes.
Fuck Little Caesars in their commercial.
That is great.
And
though.
I don't dislike Logano.
Yes, I know. Sliced bread.
Yeah, I don't dislike Logano. I just don't necessarily root for Logano. He's not Kyle Busch. Fuck Kyle Busch. But when Corey picked your driver 2 years ago,
It was bad.
you got fucked.
It was bad.
You let me pick your driver, and what happens?
That was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I like Guido. I'm a Guido fan.
And a good guy, too.
I like Guido. He's a good guy. Stand-up guy. Very
You
stand-up
see
guy.
I don't know if you saw his post race. You
Yes.
set up on YouTube.
Yep.
Such a classy dude.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I was glad I got to run with the best of the best. And second is not the highest I'm going to go. I'm going to get me my checkered flag.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in him. I think he will.
All right.
Probably in the next 6 races.
Well, I said 10, but I'll take 6.
Yeah, I'll say the next 6
Next
races.
6, so by race 8.
So that's not too far. Yeah. So you're not too far off. So yeah, I'll agree with that.
I'm going to hold you to that. And if that happens, you are coming live on the Gimmick Skype Jones
With
on
my
CMJ's.
T-shirt.
We got to get. I had somebody.
I'll go get
pimped
one.
out
I'll
to
get
get you one.
I will get one.
All right.
I will get one.
Get that
All right,
classy
guys.
old school
So
Tyson.
guys, make
gimmick.
sure you are subscribed. You hit that bell. You like us. You love us. You leave that reviews. There are multiple ways to leave a review now. So we can leave it on iTunes,
Apple Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
and Stitcher.
and Stitcher. And we love those reviews. Thank you all very much for those. Guys, please be safe. And if you have that fucked up relationship, please save yourself and get the fuck out of it now. There are so many more good people out there that are going to have your back. And
Buzz Lightyear just took flight. That's a good place to end it right there. Let's just, you know what? I wish the camera was on him.
and be that dog. Take chances, people. Be that dog. Have a great
That's
night.
my boy.
Peace out, guys.
Oh, I saw his tail.